2 out of 2 for Johan Ferré sees him move to the top of the championship standings after the first 2 races of the day here. And it is really interesting to see how the championship points have changed up only after 2 races.
Also note that the weather is really, really good at the moment. So Anthony Taylor in 5th, up to 78 points, and the Afrox BMW, of course, no longer a twin turbo at the moment, and really needs to have good points this weekend.
No longer twins in the BMW either, because the second BMW of Melville Priest, who's currently in 4th place, is backed up in this corner and will not be participating anymore in today's proceedings.
And of course, hometown favourite, Michael Stephen, now up to 3rd in the championship after 2 races, 104 points, the Engine Extreme Audi S4 Supercharge.
Henny Groenewald, the championship leader coming into this round, has now dropped to 2nd. With a problematic weekend and a little bit of work to do still with 2 races to go, it's up to Henny now to close down on the championship leader, which is now Johan Ferré with 118 points. And remember, this is the exact dead center of the Bridgestone Production Car Championship for 2011.
So we're back again, Greg, and looking forward to 2 more sprint races. And boy, we've had drama in the first 2.
Some big crashes and some big incidents so far, but it is Johan Ferré, double race victor, leading out in pole position. And not such a good start there from Groenewald, because already the BM is through. The lone BMW out there at this point is Taylor, going around the outside into turn 1 and taking the whole shot.
Wow, that's brave. I'm on cold tyres as well. How do you do that, Mr. Taylor?
He hasn't done it just yet, because Ferré comes straight back at him into the S's, but he confirms it now. Into the left now, and it is Afrox BMW out in front. Ferré alongside him. I wouldn't say out in front just yet, because every time I say that, Ferré pulls alongside and goes toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah, 7 laps to go in a sprint race at Aldo Scribante is a long time to go.
Check, he's in 3rd. Absolutely awesome stuff here from Henny Groenewald. He's up to 3rd place, and he's got so much work to do, as we've just seen in between the breaks here, between the 4 races of the day. Groenewald is now 2nd in the championship. He led coming in, and he's now 4th on the race because Stephen shunts through and goes to 3rd.
Yeah, I don't believe that car is sounding too good. I could be wrong, but I just think there's a problem there. Anyway, Chop Sapuka's even challenging Groenewald. It would appear that he's got a bit of a problem. He hasn't got the speed as we've seen in the last 2 races. On board with Chops at the moment, and really he's drawing alongside. He should make this stick down into the first corner if he gets the inside line.
Well, he has a good look as he went past there down the straightaway. This is probably about 220 k's an hour, then down the gearbox for turn 1. He climbs onto the brakes and turns it in beautifully, and he has got ahead of Henny Groenewald. So Henny G's problems just continue to happen all through the weekend, and the championship is slipping away from him.
Yeah, having little gremlins, but he's not the only team or driver to have those kind of problems the weekend. We've seen it throughout the entire field. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. But more importantly, this battle as they head up towards the hairpin bend as well. Taylor's in control for the moment, as you say, Ferré bringing pressure to bear. And this has been a battle royale for the first 3 races, even including this one.
I can't believe that Taylor's running at the front end. This is normally an Audi-dominated track, and Anthony Taylor has found something special on this Afrox BMW, and he's finding some more drifting skills. We saw it in race 2, we saw it in race 1. Here in race 3, Taylor doesn't let up. He just keeps that thing buried through the sweep. And how does he hang on? The Bridgestones must be crying out, saying, Ant, come on, bud, I can't go quicker than this.
Yeah, picking up definitely dry lines out there at the moment. Of course, we've had some better weather changes as well. If we carried on with Friday, it would have been big problems here. Ferré on the outside. He really has got the drive. I think he could make this stick against Taylor. Hasn't got an answer. And now a new leader in the 3rd race. Oh, Taylor coming back on the inside. Ferré was caught napping there, and he goes through, takes the wing mirror off, and we're on board with Johnson trying to follow him through.
I was about to say, we haven't had a wing mirror off yet, so it can't be Bridgestone production cars proper, and now we do. So here they come. Oh, look at Stephen on the grass. Quattro to the maximum there, keeping it buried sideways stuff. How do you drift a 4-wheel drive? Just like that.
Chop Sapuka really helped him out there. That little tap really got him back going in a straight line. Hard on the brakes. Taylor's under pressure. Ferré coming, and Chop Sapuka gives Ferré a light. He says, let me through. I'm coming through. I need a gap.
Tappity tap tap taparoo coming through. Give me a space there. Come on, Johan. I was quicker through there than you. Johan Free says, no ways, Chops. I'm going for 4 victories in a row here, and I'm up with 2 out of 4 so far. If I can get past this BMW, it's going to be my day. And man, is he driving the socks off that Audi. And right on his tail, 2 very talented drivers, giving everything they can for their local supporters and, of course, for the local sponsor, Engine Extreme.
So as it stands right now, Greg, Ferrari is in the championship lead halfway through this mark. And I'll tell you what, his resurgence with the package and himself came about from Pakisa in an endurance race. He bagged double the points. It got him into the mix. Now, he looks like the champion we know he is.
Don't you just love the fact you've got absolutely formation flying from the boys from Engine as they go into the Engine S's. The 2 Audis were side by side. They're still pretty much there. And this time, it's Sapuka on the outside. Can he keep it buried? Yes, he does. Oh, this is brilliant driving from these 2 boys. This is what it's all about. Going around the outside, Michael Stephen takes the 3rd place away. Chop Sapuka, no team orders between the 2 of them. It's every man for yourself out on track. And it is superb racing from Bridgestone.
Yeah, but how long can Anthony Taylor hold on? We know that he only needs a lap, that Ferrari, that is, 7 of 8, which means he's still got time, and he's bringing the pressure to bear. On the inside, he got really great drive out of Dunlop, and that seems to be a big thing with the Audis at the moment. On the inside, no, look at this. Taylor, can he do it a 2nd time around the outside? I don't think so. Look at the brilliant driving and the sliding.
Well, we're into the S's now, and right onto the back end of the Indy Oil Audi in front. He's just managed to sneak through now as they came out of turn 1. Now they head down through, hanging absolutely flat out here. Look at the speedometer. We're close to the 200k an hour mark. A slight lift off as they go through Westbank. Now it's flat out, all the way down, onto the braking markers as they come up. There's a move from Taylor. Oh, he tapped him. Taylor's got on the inside. Tap Ferrari. Ferrari goes sideways. He keeps it buried. Absolutely awesome stuff from these guys. He comes back on track. Taylor's now 3rd. Michael Stephen has been gifted a victory here. And Chop Sapuka says, okay, there's enough time. I might be able to get my teammate.
Unbelievable stuff. Was that a driver incident? Oh, I tell you what, it's too close to tell, really. They were really flying at the top of their game into that corner. Little tap. That BMW is severely damaged on the left front.
Michael Stephen takes the victory. It is an engine formation flying for Chop Sapuka in 2nd. Indy Oil Audi eventually finishes in 3rd ahead of Taylor. But there's going to be a little chat between the 2 of them, I'm sure. After that little tap from Taylor going into the hairpin on Johan Ferrari.
Stephen fist pumping. So the results are of race number 3, and it was a gift. Michael Stephen, Chop Sapuka in 2nd. Johan Ferrari still putting points on the board. Anthony Taylor in 4th.
Henny Kroenewald in 5th place, just ahead of his teammates Tanith Gardner and Richard Pinard. And D'Cunha eventually got back out in the 370 to finish ahead of his brother.
Michael Stephen, bit of argy-bargy out there for sure, and lots of action.
Yeah, most definitely. Obviously, race 1 and 2 didn't go according to plan. We had a small problem with what the induction pipe was sucking closed. You know, after testing, we knew we could win here, and we fixed it for race 3, and we had the pace. We got to the front and we won. So yes, a great result for the team. You know, and hopefully we can repeat it in race 4.
Richard Pinard on pole position as the grid gets inverted by 6 cars. His teammate Henny Kroenewald alongside him as we go down towards turn number 1. A little bit of battle damage, as you can see on this man's car. Anthony Taylor, you can't see it now, but you will see it when we see the outside shot. Ferrari is going to take it a little gingerly as they go into turn 1. I'm sure he doesn't want to have the same with Anthony Taylor as what we had at the hairpin on the 2nd last lap of race 3.
Well, he'll be kicking himself as well, because he knew he had that in the bag, and that would have been 3 from 3. And what can you say? Anthony Taylor gets in and in the mix. But right now, speaking about mix, because of that 6-car inverted grid, he is now in the mix and chasing as we're on board with him into that beautiful corner. And I love the way this track goes up there. Get a nice line on the inside and hard on the brakes into the hairpin.
Pinard going defensive on the inside. Will he let Henny Kroenewald through? Yes, he will. Kroenewald goes through. Taylor's in 3rd. Ferrari's in 4th. We've got the 2 Engine Extreme Audis right behind them with Chop Sapuka and Michael Stephen. That is Tanith Gardner. There's a move. Whoa, early on from Taylor. He's not holding anything back. Tries to sneak on the inside of Pinard. He's not quite got the handling he had earlier on. There might be a bit of damage on this car. Let's wait and see whether it affects him through the race.
Of course, you might say that's a bit of a rustiness from Pinard, but that's not the case, because in this midwinter break, he's been actively driving karts, keeping it and honing his skills.
Check on the inside, though. There's some very big skills of Johan Ferrari sneaking through. He saw that Pinard was going to go wide. He cut the apex, as he always does, out of that corner. Got the drive down towards turn 1, and he's now up to 2nd place with Taylor following him through into 3rd place. and resuming that battle between the Audi and the BMW.
Yeah, the thing is here as well, I expected Richard Pinard to hang in there a bit more and give Kenny Grunewald a bit more of a buffer. You'd like to think that that was job done, but it's way too early. And he's been overtaken and under constant pressure at the moment. Even Stephen is having a look up the inside as well.
And so does Chop Sapuka. He's going to go around the outside out of West Bank. And will he make it thick? Yes, he does. He gets ahead of Pinard. So the two Engine Extreme Audis have got past the Cecil Subaru of Richard Pinard, the pole man. And he's now down into the position he's usually in. That's 6th place. Remember, they inverted the grid by 6, which put him on pole. And now he is out of it.
Greg, as they come through the sweep, let's take stock here. How good have these old Audis been performing here today?
Absolutely brilliant. We always say it is an Audi-dominated circuit. Every one of the teams that come down here prepare their cars to try and beat the Audis, and that's exactly what they've had to do this weekend as they come out of the final corner, starting another lap. The Audi out front is about to go to the lead because I don't think Grunewald is going to have what it takes to outdo him. And look at that. He drives past him. Absolutely flat out, and Taylor's falling back. It looks like Stephen's going through. Yes, Anthony Taylor's got a problem here, there's no doubt. He's not got the same amount of drive. Maybe the handling is affected slightly with the damage to the left-hand front. And you can see there is that damage I was talking about. And it doesn't, yeah, you can see he's definitely not getting through the S's as well as what we saw earlier on.
So 7 of 8, and we're almost coming to the climax of what has been a great race. Chop Sapuka having a look on the outside of Richard Pinard. I'll tell you what, it just seems these Audis can just go anywhere on the racetrack.
Well, Quattro and all-wheel drive side by side as they head towards the final turn now. And it is Chop Sapuka. Henry Grunewald just trying to survive today, I think. He realizes that the package they had this weekend wasn't quite what they had the last time we were here, but he knows that this championship is still up for grabs. He was in 2nd place as they started this race in this championship, and he's now down in 4th, losing some ground to Jan Fourie.
Well, in fairness to that, they've had a bit of a tweak on that. The powers that be, they've given it a bit more, less boost, and of course, a bigger base weight. So, yeah, there are certain disadvantages going into this race for the Subarus, but they still felt comfortable, but clearly they're not on the pace.
Nonetheless, even though they get all those things given to them and the changes made on the car, they went quicker than they've ever been.
Sure.
So it's interesting to see the way things turn out at the end of the day. Exactly. But that's how Bridgestone production cars work. You can see Henry Grunewald here in 5th, just nursing this car home. Wants to get up as high as he can in the results so that he doesn't lose too much ground to our new championship leader, who is possibly going to have the 3rd victory of the day here. It's not 4 out of 4, but 3 out of 4 is pretty good.
Well, so far, so good as well. So Fourie in dominant charge at the moment. Looking back in the field, Kenneth Gardner not having the greatest weekend, but that's to be expected as well. The whole problem with the team, well, they've had little niggles, and hopefully by the next round they will sort them out.
Just checking Dacunia coming around. That is the 370Z as the checkered flag comes out and nearly gets taken away by Michael Stephen. Michael Stephen pushed Johan right to the line. There you see a little flash of the light saying, yeah, great dive there. Well done. They're going to be happy that Audi have finished 1, 2, and 3 again, but Fourie, 3 out of 4 today. Could have been 4 out of 4 had he not had that incident with Taylor. We'll have to wait and see to the next round. And man, are we in for a great championship going into the final stages.
So Johan Fourie wins it. Michael Stephen in 2nd. Good points for the Engine Extreme. Chop Sapuka there in 3rd. Anthony Taylor and then Richard Pinard in 5th.
Kenneth Gardner just ahead of Dacunia in the 370Z. And Henry Grunewald eventually surviving to 8th place, 24 seconds down.
An outstanding drive, and your sponsors and your team must be ecstatic.
Yeah, no, India must be over the moon. I mean, geez, we had a game plan, like I said earlier, with the old car and then launched a new car. But I mean, we tested a lot, bring the car up to speed, and I mean, it was an unbelievable day. And it seems like we can only win from 4th, but when I had power, I couldn't pull it off. Unfortunately, we were leading last lap, hairpin, got a nudge from Anthony. I don't think it was deliberately, but yeah, accidents do happen. Still managed to be on the podium, and I think we've got a good haul of points. So yeah, like I said, now we can control it and just take it forward.
Moving to the next round in East London, it's Johan Fourie that leads out with 135 points. Michael Stephen has closed him down though. Henry Grunewald lost some ground, but is still in with a chance.